There was this man working in an industrial sawmill, and as he was closing off the day, he was sweeping the sawdust from under the machines. And as he was doing that, he was thinking, we throw away so much sawdust every single day, nobody's going to mind if I take some home. Just use it for my hobbies, for some decorations, put it between the plants. Maybe my wife use it. Maybe can stuff some pillows with it. Nobody's going to miss it. So he takes this big carton box and fills it up with sawdust and puts it on his hand cart. He takes it out and rolls it towards the exit. Now, at the exit, there's a security guard who stops him and says, "Good evening, sir. What do you have in the box?" He says, "Well, I filled it up with sawdust because we throw it away every single day. Nobody's going to miss it, and I can use it at home. So I thought, I'll take home some sawdust." Security guard says, "Well, there's no problem in taking the sawdust, but I still have to check the box to see if you're actually telling the truth." Open the box filled with sawdust. No problem. Security guard says, "Well, have a good evening. You can take it home. Enjoy." Man rolls out and continues with his day. Now, this happens every week. Man comes with the box on his cart, gets stopped by security. Goes on for a couple of weeks. But at a certain point, certain week, that same security guard is again on duty. And he sees the man coming again with his box on the cart, and he stops him. He says, "Well, good evening, sir. Let me guess. Again, sawdust in the box." He says, "Well, like any other week, sawdust in the box." They check, and indeed, sawdust. He says, "Well, before I let you go, I've been seeing you coming and going these last couple of weeks, and I can't fight the feeling that you are stealing from the company." Now, the sawdust, like I said, is not a problem, but I get the feeling that you are actually stealing from the company, but I cannot pinpoint what it is. Man says, "I'm not stealing anything, just taking the sawdust home like you saw me doing." He says, "Well, I can imagine that you're not going to admit to it, but I'll make you a deal. If you right here admit to stealing from the company and you tell me what you are stealing, I will not report you to management." Man says, "You promise? I have your word that you won't report me to management?" He says, "Yes, I won't report you. I just have to know what you're stealing." Man says, "Well, you got me. I have indeed been stealing from the company the last couple of weeks." Security guard goes, "I knew it. I knew it. What have you been stealing?" The man says, "Well, hand carts." Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stand Up Talk.
Are you listening? Damn.
Now, the moral of that story is that at a certain point in our business, in our work, we are all that security guard. We are that security guard focusing so much on the box with sawdust or so much on the details that we forget to do our actual job. And that is stopping people from stealing things in the company. And in your case, getting your project delivered, hitting your KPI, managing your team, things like that. Now, we're not focused on the box with sawdust, but the sawdust stands for the emails, the unnecessary meetings, the many Zoom calls that we have. If I look at my own corporate job before I started my own company, I ended every single day with 500 unread emails, and I never read them. And you can say, "Well, that's not really a good employee right there." But there's no point. There's no point because only, I don't know, 10% of those emails were actually relevant to the things I wanted to be doing. And all the rest was just, like they call it, shit of yesterday, just CCs, BCCs, things I shouldn't even be reading, taking up so much time and energy that leads nowhere. Same with meetings. Look at your own day. How many meetings are you in thinking, "I shouldn't be here. This is completely useless," but still we do them because we think it's expected from us. We will get punished, lose our job if we don't answer those emails, if we don't attend those meetings, or maybe hurt people's feelings. The only thing that will happen is that when I ask you, "How are you doing?" you will say, "Oh my God, super busy. I'm so busy right now," because busy is a new sexy. If you do not answer, "I am busy," then you will be seen as a loser. You need to be busy. But I can assure you, you don't want to be busy because busy will only lead you to frustration, burnout. It will absorb all your energy. And in the end, in the long run, it will not get you where you want to be going. Busy is something that society expects us to do. I'd rather have someone say to me, "Well, I'm doing great because I just went on a weekend with my family. I read 2 books this week. We sat together with the team and took some time to really get to know each other and set out the lines for the future, get out our visions, our plans together." And someone's saying, "Oh my God, Mark, I can't talk right now. I have 25 meetings, a gazillion Zoom calls, and I have 10 missed voicemails." I feel sorry for you then. Might sound hard, but that's not where you want to be going. But it's a normal reaction. because we get sucked into our job, sucked into the work life that we all have as an entrepreneur, as a professional. And it makes sure that three things happen that we don't want happening is when we're so focused on the wrong things, we don't give ourselves time to think, time to assess what gives us energy, what doesn't give us energy. Where should we be going? What is the bigger plan? What is the bigger picture? What is the vision? Where do you want to go? And definitely, if you're a leader, you got to be a leader because you got promoted, because you did a good job on your projects. But now, as a leader, you should no longer focus on the project, but focus on actual leading. If you don't give yourself time to think about where you want to go, you cannot lead because there's no vision, there's no plan, there's no where are we going as a team. So look up, set up those visions, forget those mails, forget those mails, those meetings that don't matter. Focus more on the vision. Because if you have guidelines, I'm not talking about micromanagement, I'm talking about where do you want to go? Simon Sinek calls it the why, the how, the what. If you take time to think about that, you will also help your team. Because imagine a team member having to take 5 decisions every single day. Now, if you ask that team member, how are you doing? They will say, oh my God, super busy at work. I'm so overworked. I have to take 5 decisions every single day. I'm so getting frustrated. I'm tired. I need a holiday. Now, if you have been a leader that actually pushed away the art of saying no, really saying no to certain meetings, saying no to Zoom calls, saying no to emails that are not relevant, and you gave your time to think about the vision and the guidelines, you will be able to transfer that to your team and say, well, you have these 5 decisions in a day. Well, you only need to take these 2 because these 2 will add value to what we're going to try to achieve with the team, with the department, with the company. The other 3 are nice to have or completely useless. So I give you the power, I give you the guidance to ignore them. That will relieve stress on your team, that will make sure they focus more on the things that are valuable and gives them backup to be like, okay, this is where we're going now. I know that there's a certain framework I can work in and not just shoot on everything or jump on everything. The third thing is by doing that, you're showing great leadership because I learned it also the hard way because I was that person taking a gazillion decisions a day, still in the projects while managing a team, doing one-to-ones, performance reviews, diving into the details, answering the mails until my own manager said, Marnik, I'm not going to review your performance review. It's not going to be about all those projects because you are a leader now. I'm going to see how your team is doing, how they're performing, how they're feeling, because that is your job. That is now what you should be focusing on. And I realized then, indeed, because I'm ignoring my team, because I'm so entangled in the details in the sawdust or the box filled with sawdust. But if you say no, and you can take that step to start focusing on what really matters, you can take up the job as a leader and you can open the doors for your team in the boardroom. You can trailblaze for the vision that you all agreed upon. You can make them feel good, have them a great experience, make sure that they can work on their own projects in the most comfortable way because they know they're guided, supported, and their manager is there, their leader is there to work with them, inspire them. You only have the time to do that if you create that time yourself and show your team how to do that for themselves. Only then people can add value. If not, you're just super busy. They're super busy. Everybody works 12 hours a day. Everybody's frustrated, tired, needs a holiday. And at the end of the year, KPIs aren't met, but you work really hard. So think about that. You don't want to be that person that is busy. You want to be that person that is happy, that is performing, that is leading, that's trailblazing, and that sees that a person leaves with a hand cart and is not entangled in the box with sawdust. Now, it's easier said than done, of course, but I can stress this enough, and I'm super passionate about it because I look at my own mentorships, coachings from leaders that we have that we see every single day. This is one of the number one things that pops up every conversation. There's, of course, more to leadership than just that. And we'll dive even deeper into the next video. So if you're like, Marnik, I really want to know this, just subscribe to the channel, put notifications on, and I guarantee you it will pop up in your feed. And I promise you I'll have some great examples of what true leadership is. But for now, keep standing up for your ideas. Keep giving yourself space and room to think about those ideas and really go for them. And if you do that, You might be seen in the beginning as an office cruiser. You might be seen as someone that is lazy because you're ignoring 500 emails, or you're not attending, frustrating people because you're not attending every single meeting. But I guarantee you, if you hang in there, they will start respecting you because the results and the team motivation, inspiration will be there, and you will stand out in life and business. And that's what I want for you. So until next time, I was Marnik Vandenbroek. You were awesome. Bye bye.
Are you listening? Damn.